23 News at 10.
Although it's still early in the investigation, we know enough to say that this was an act of terror and an act of hate. And as Americans, we are united in grief, in outrage, and in resolve to defend our people.
President Obama said authorities have reached no conclusions on the motivations of gunman Omar Mateen. Officials say Mateen called 911 around the time of the attack to pledge allegiance to ISIS and mentioned the Boston bombers. Authorities say he was organized and well prepared. Well, good evening. I'm Jabari Pruitt. Terrorism and hate are what police are calling one of the deadliest mass shootings in U.S. history. WVUA 23's Madison McLean begins our team coverage.
Jabari, at least 50 people are dead and dozens more injured after a mass shooting at a gay nightclub in Orlando, Florida. The shooter has been identified as 29-year-old Omar Mateen of Fort Pierce, Florida. Police say Mateen entered Pulse nightclub around 2 a.m. Sunday morning, then opened fire on a crowd of more than 300 people.
Everybody was out. The shootings were still going, and the cops were yelling, "Go, go, clear the area, clear the area."
The shooter called 911 during the attack and pledged his allegiance to ISIS. Officials say it is no coincidence that Mateen targeted a nightclub that is predominantly for the LGBTQ community.
This is a sobering reminder that attacks on any American, regardless of race, ethnicity, religion, or sexual orientation, is an attack on all of us.
The FBI first became aware of Omar Mateen in 2013 after he made comments to coworkers about possible terrorist ties. Authorities say the Glock 17 handgun and AR-style rifle used in the shooting were both purchased legally. The state of Florida remains strong and united in the face of such a chilling tragedy.
This state is going to be defined as a state of generosity, a state of love. We are a resilient state. We love people in our state, and we're going to continue to do that.
One mother's son, along with many other people inside the nightclub, remain missing.
Please, let's all just get along. We're on this earth for such a short time. Let's try to get rid of the hatred and the violence.
The massacre is the worst mass shooting in U.S. history and the deadliest terror attack on U.S. soil since the events of 9/11. Reporting from the newsroom, Madison McLean, WVUA 23 News.
Madison, thank you. A gay pride was held in Birmingham this weekend. WVUA 23's Yasmin Panetta was there for today's event. She continues our team coverage. Yes.
Jabari, despite the tragedy that took place in Orlando, hundreds turned out in Birmingham to show love and support for gay pride.
It's happening to us directly, so we all have to stand up and make a stand.
And take a stand they did. The LGBT community put on a show during Gay Pride Weekend in Birmingham at Sloss Furnace. They're raising money for HIV and AIDS awareness and also to pay tribute to the casualties that happened at the Pulse nightclub. Tuscaloosa's icon club owner, Kyle Richardson, says this event worries him because of the uncertainties of others' actions, but that they shouldn't live in fear.
It's scary just because you never know at any moment what could happen, but you just have to still do what you want to do, go have fun, and live your life.
From a performer's point of view, this has changed how they feel about their safety. Now, performers like Karis always have to be aware of their surroundings.
It's such a scary thing to, come here now because we have a responsibility to come for the people we work for every week. We have fans that, come every single show we do. So I can't make the choice to not be here for them, but at the same time, I'm making a choice to put myself in danger, so it's a really strange situation.
Even though today was a traumatic experience, attendees showed up in high spirits and wanted to make the day solely about love.
It's a beautiful day for everybody that's loving themselves as gay people.
After something terrible happens, we can come together. So it's an awesome community to be a part of.
The community welcomes any prayers and well wishes. Reporting live, Yasmin Pineda, WVUA 23 News.
Yes, thank you. Well, Governor Robert Bentley released a statement urging caution and prayer after the mass shooting. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency has been briefed by the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security regarding the tragedy in Orlando. The act of terror appears at this hour to be an isolated incident with no known immediate threats. However, Alabamians should be on alert, especially when attending large mass gatherings throughout the state. And of course, joining me live here is Russell Howard from Druid City Pride. And of course, thank you so much for taking time to come and talk to us a little bit.
Thank you for having me.
Now, first of all, I want you to react to the shooting.
Anytime something like this happens in our nation, it's a sad day, no matter who it is. Coming from the standpoint of Druid City Pride, we are deeply saddened that our LGBT brothers and sisters have been affected in this way. And especially now knowing that it's being called a hate crime, the largest mass shooting in U.S. history. Our hearts go out to everybody that's affected, all their loved ones. I can't imagine what they're going through. None of us can. It's just a truly heartbreaking time for us and for the entire nation as a whole.
Now, do you know anybody that was down there at that club?
Personally, no. But you feel like we're all family. We've had to fight for so much. Right. That fight continues. And we as an LGBT community, we're family. And something like this happens, we have to rally together. And we have to rally together for even those that we may not know personally, but they are our brothers and sisters. And our heart breaks for them. Our heart breaks for their family and for their friends. And I mean, during this time, all we can do is continue to hold them in our hearts, our thoughts, and our prayers.
Now, one of the things that you say that your heart goes out to them. Now, have you been in contact with members of the Druid City Pride?
Yes, sir. All of our Druid City Pride board members have been in contact today. We are planning a vigil for Tuscaloosa. That vigil will be held tomorrow at 7 o'clock. The location is still to be determined. So if you will, you can go to our Facebook page, which is Druid City Pride. And as soon as we get that location nailed down, which will hopefully be first thing in the morning, we just have to get an okay by the city. And we'll get that posted and get that shared as much as we can, and we'll let you guys know as well.
All right, I do appreciate that, Russell. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Of course, Northport Mayor Bobby Herndon has ordered flags in Northport to be lowered at half-staff all week in honor of the victims in Orlando. Herndon says his heart is broken after hearing from Orlando's mayor.
My sympathy goes out to him. I know he's very emotional. It's a tough time. I know how it'd be on me if something like that happened in our area. And I just want the citizens of Orlando to know that, first of all, the citizens of Northport are praying for you, that we're with you.
Tomorrow, Mayor Herndon plans to meet with Tuscaloosa Mayor Walt Maddox and Judge Hardy McCullum, as well as law enforcement officials from Northport. We're turning our attention now to the weather. Alex Puckett is here with the first look at that forecast. Alex, good evening.
Good evening, Jabari. Yeah, looking at radar right now, we had a few widely scattered showers this afternoon, showers and storms. Those have pretty much dissipated at this point for our viewing area. And so it was just another hot day out there. High temperatures were in the 90s, 95 in Tuscaloosa, the high temperature, 97 in Demopolis, 95 in Birmingham, the high temperature. Temperatures now in the 80s, but it still feels close to 90 degrees out there right now. And for tomorrow, expect those temperatures to climb up again. Heat index values near 100. Scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day.
All right, Alex, thank you. Well, still to come on the news at 10. After a Stanford University student is sentenced to 6 months in prison for rape, now the judge is being asked to recall his decision. Stick around. We're coming right back.